Lovely. Right, thank you. So we're going to start warming up. And then we'll take it to the floor. A little bit of standing work today for the shoulders. We're going to get them really warm and then we're going to really stretch them. But just the normal setup. So our feet are underneath our hips. So really ankles under knees, knees under hips, hips under shoulders, shoulders under ears. So we're lengthening up really tall as if we're being pulled from a string from the top of our head. Our shoulders are back and down, so the hands are by the side. Just having a little sway around in a circular motion. Just to feel yourself on your feet, so you can feel your little toe, big toe, toes, ball of the feet, heel, and then circle the other way, just so we're really sensing where the middle should be. And then we slowly can just sway side to side, and we'll just all come central, so we feel we're not leaning forward or back or side or side. And again, shoulders back and down. Same thing with your spine. So we want the spine to be neutral. So just as a check, it's quite good to have your hands here. You don't want to be here, but you don't want to be here, because otherwise that sort of pushes your hips forward. So it's finding somewhere where your hands are both sort of straight down, and that's where you are neutral. And then you pull in your abdominals to hold that position. Lovely. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as we're breathing in, you imagine all your ribs are separating as you breathe in, all around the sides and the back, so you're trying to get the air in everywhere. And then as you breathe out, you're really pulling the diaphragm in, pulling the abdominals in and squeezing everything. A few more of these, longer than a normal breath, just so we really work out the insides. And it's like you're breathing out onto a mirror. One more, palms forward. Lovely, so regular breath length, but let's tuck the chin in. Breathe in, lift the chin. Breathe out, tuck the chin in, lengthen the back of the neck. Let's lift the arms up, let the rib cage lift away from the hips, and then down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and then swing all the way down, and up. And swing, and up. One more, and up. Lovely. Going to warm up the head, neck and shoulders now. So a little circle with the nose, still thinking of your posture. Your feet are facing forwards like you're skiing, so you don't want any turned in or out feet. And then change direction. So it's just a small little circle with your nose, back the size of an orange. Just to get some movement into that neck. Lovely. Then let's just take the ear to the shoulder and change. We're really drawing both these hands down, so we draw the shoulders down. Still thinking of posture, thinking of squeezing the tummy in, thinking of moving with breath. Lovely. Next time, let's hold it just to the right, and then just as if your head's really sort of floppy, it's just rolling forwards, it's controlled but it's heavy. And to the other ear. And then we roll forwards and back. We go a little bit quicker, so you're just feeling a nice stretch in the back of that neck. Try not to squash the front of the neck. Lovely. Hold into the right, 2 fingers, let's lengthen, push the shoulder down. Push this other arm away. The song's a bit drony. It's better. Oh, another drony song. Meditation, that's what it is. Getting us in the zone. Let's change to just look down slightly. Let's go for another one. Yeah, that's a bit better. Got a tune. Back to centre. Let's take the ear to the other shoulder. Lengthen. Draw the shoulders down. 2 fingers lengthen. Push this arm away. Still thinking of your posture, of your tummy, of your feet, of your breath. Let's rotate, looking down slightly. Lovely. back to centre. So starting on opening up the elbows and shoulders, we've got the hands in at the waist, shoulders are back and down, and we open up the arms, keeping the arm here pulled tight into the body. We just rotate. So this is opening up the chest a little bit, and it starts to open the shoulders, pulling them back and lifting the chest slightly, and you're squeezing the shoulder blades together very slightly here. This is a nice opening up of the shoulders. Adding on a reach, so we breathe in and reach, breathe out and close. Really create resistance. So imagine you're holding something heavy under your arm and closing in. Lovely. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Release. Lovely. Similar position. Again, this nice strong angle, stiff wrists, stiff fingers, shoulders back and down and push down. Keeping the elbows the same height as the shoulders, not letting the rib cage lift up and down, just those shoulder and elbow joints moving. I'm going to do one arm at a time. Right arm down, let's look to the right as well, so we're warming up that neck. Breathe in, breathe in out. Breathe in, still standing tall on the out breath. Squeeze the tummies, it's your powerhouse, it's your centre of everything, it's where your balance is. Flick those wrists back a little bit on the way back, or flick's the wrong word, push back. Once more. Let's take both hands, keeping them straight and stiff, just take the hands back slightly. Lovely. So a little bit more into the shoulders. So I want to take one arm up and back, but follow it back. And the other one. So arm back, follow it back. So we get a little twist. Don't worry too much about the body moving with it. I want to get some movement. It's just all about these shoulders at the moment. So you're following that hand with, following the head with your hand. Lovely. Let's reverse that. So we look back and come forward. Look back, come forward. So twist and reach behind. Lovely. So this is starting to really warm up these shoulders. Let's do last one. Good. I want to do a little bit of shoulder work standing up to really get them warm, get the muscles engaged, and then we can really think about starting to stretch them as well. We can stretch them a bit more on the floor using the bands, but to work the upper body as well. So your hands are in this position like a W, and I'm just turning sideways. You can see me, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back. So I want to try not to pop the chest, that stays down, but you squeeze back. So it's like I'm trying to squeeze something between my shoulders. So we're going to do some of these. So we're squeezing back. So we're opening up the chest, keeping the shoulders down, don't let them lift up, but you squeeze back. So even though your hands are here, you're not pushing forward, you're pulling back. So you could imagine you're pulling on something, if that helps with the visual, to squeeze. But you're really squeezing the shoulders together. So you're working that muscle in between the shoulder blades, which we want to get them tired. Also getting these arms really nice and flexible. Oh, lovely. 4 more. Then I'm going to slightly change the arm position. So hands down as if you're on a table. Same thing, squeeze back. Still squeezing the shoulder blades together. Try and relax the neck. Elbows squeeze back. Back, lovely, squeeze. Try not to let the chest lift, keep it down. I know it's easy to do. Try and relax the neck. Have a little look side to side. Should feel this a little bit, maybe burning a bit. Those shoulders starting to really wake up. 4 more, then I'm going to change my position again. Lovely, so this time I'm going to have my hands palm up. And I'm squeezing the elbows, I'm trying to take them behind me, so squeezing back, so they're more behind like that. Okay, squeeze back, squeeze, squeeze. The same thing, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, squeeze them back, squeeze. Try to really do that, otherwise it's just an arm movement. If you squeeze the shoulder blades back, and if you can see mine, but I'm really trying to squeeze them together. It doesn't help when you've got top on. squeeze, squeeze. Don't forget that posture check, lengthen the space between the ears and the shoulders, squeeze back. So you're trying to squeeze like a tomato between those shoulders. Slight change in hands, palms down, reach out, twist in, reach out, twist, twist. Still pulling those elbows back. So you should really get in these shoulders lovely and warm and working that muscle. So once we've done that, we can then start to really work on the flexibility a little bit more because they're warm. Also good workout for the back because we want to strengthen the back, and we always do it while we're on the floor, but this is a good way of really strengthening the upper back. 8 more. Ooh, I can feel that. And release, lovely, give those a little shake. Let's just roll the shoulders back, just really letting them release. And just have your hands as if you're just clapping in front with your fingertips, just to release those shoulders a bit more. Lovely. And then I'm going to take my right arm across and just push back, just giving that shoulder a stretch. Try and keep your shoulders level, so don't let this one lift up. Shoulders down, push back. Do need to pull it in quite a lot to get a stretch. So if you feel your hand doesn't quite do it, grab it with your other elbow and you'll probably find you can pull it in a bit more. It's the same as that if you prefer that stretch. I just find it easier to get hold of here. Lovely, let's change sides, arm on the shoulder and pushing back, lovely. So especially where I've been working from home a lot, I've just found I've been doing a lot more arm exercises, but I haven't done a lot of flexibility in my shoulders and trying to just do basic things today, so I can't even get my hands behind my back. So I really thought I've got to focus on shoulder flexibility, and it's probably when I'm working from home it doesn't help because you're not moving around so much. Opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders, lovely. Nice simple chest stretch, hands on the back, stretch back. Squeezing those shoulders together, stretching back. We are going to grab the hands together. Little kids going by. We are going to do that in a moment. Lovely. Let's reverse that by now grabbing the hands, pull them away so you're pushing towards me, and let those shoulder blades separate and your chin comes down. And you're feeling them stretch apart. You can slightly rotate like you're driving a car and you're turning one way and then the other way. Just keep really pulling forwards, so sort of feeling this stretch come down the back a little bit more. Lovely. And release. Good. So we'll do a little bit of stretch standing up because we're going to do the same stretches on the floor, but when you're face down it's harder to see or to visualise. So we shall start with the band in front. So again, obviously there's no stretch in this, so be mindful of not overdoing it. So I just want to lift up and just back a little bit. That should be a real good stretch for you. You may need to have your arms much further apart, so you work what works for you. So quite gentle, just find it. You might need to really pull them open, but just where you can find it. So I'm just getting a nice pull back, stretching out. It's this bit here, we spend so long like this, that is going to be tight, and it's also getting these shoulders back. So it's just gently back a bit and down. Just nice and gentle, just finding where you can. Stretching back and down. Lovely. You might find if you could go a bit wider, I've got particularly bendy arms, you might better go all the way over. Again, you work at your body, your shoulders, just where they're comfortable. With a bit wider arm, I can manage that. So maybe I can make it a little bit tighter, so challenge, now I'm getting more. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Fantastic, one more. Lovely stuff. Okay, so I'm going to grab the band at the back now, and what I want to try and do is grab it like that so that I can stretch back and pull the band apart. So I'm stretching the chest and the shoulders back, but I need it small because obviously here it isn't much, so maybe it's small. I mean, it's the same as doing that really, but I find that's a bit much on my elbows and your fingers want to fling apart, so this is really going to help. Just have it behind you, grab it and just push down and try and pull the band apart. So try and pull your hands apart and you're going to feel a stretch. It might not feel like much, but it's doing you a lot of good. Don't lock your elbows out, so try not to let them lock, especially mine, they're ultra bendy. So you're just feeling that stretch, trying to pull your hands apart, breathing into it. Lovely. We're going to do one more. This is something we could do on the floor as well. But I wanted to do it standing up first, because you can do it whilst you're lying on your front. So I'd like to take the feet a little bit wider. So this is going to be for our legs. If your legs are quite tight, you could do it with bent knees. I'm going to have a bit more space at the back. I'm going to bend forwards. Take your band down. Again, work at your level. And if I'll just turn sideways. You need to have your knees bent. This is fine. So if you're happy here, wonderful. Let the neck relax. Breathe into it. One more. Gently, gently coming up. Lovely. We'll leave that there. Really good. So I'm going to stretch out a little bit more when we get to the floor. So we leave those there. Let's come to the end of our mat and let's do a roll down. Get that spine a little bit warm. Not going to do too much on all fours, but let's just rotate those wrists for a moment just while we're preparing for the roll down. Bring the hands together, just a little circle. And I'm going to lift my heels very gently, lift up and lower. So the hands taking you off balance. Try and reverse your little wiggle. Heels down, and then arms up, and then arms down, chin down, roll the shoulders, scoop the belly and start to come forward. If you need to bend the knees or support yourself, please do. Really feel like someone's grabbing your arms and pulling them, so you're really separating those shoulders, let the head relax. Try and keep the weight forward here, breathing in. Breathe out again, heavy arms. Imagine someone's pulling those arms. You've got the weight in the front of your feet. So like you're almost off balance. Roll up, stack the spine. Back on top, each vertebra at a time. Squeezing in that tummy. I'm going to add a heel lift and an arm raise. Heels down, arms down. You can close the eyes if you want. You're very much thinking of your chin drawing down your body. Your nose going towards your knees. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out, coming up. I'm going to open the eyes at the top for the heel raise. One more here. Roll down. Holding here. So very gently, going to come onto the knees. So we're going to kind of do a down dog, but like a half one, because I really want to focus on the shoulders today, not so much the legs. So if you had your hands in front of you and you're a bit more than a box, and you pushed back, keeping your bottom in the air, so you might find you've got a bit more flexibility than normal. These shoulders should really open up, and you're trying to push your chest down. And we can come up and back. So it's a flat, straight back, no bend at the moment. Come up and back. Now if you want to, you can open those knees a bit more. That might give you more room to get your chest down. Again, that's going to depend on your hip flexibility, but shoulders through, pushing the chest down. Oh, I can feel that, lovely. So let's come up to all fours and do a little cat stretch, a slightly different. Shoulders back. Breathing in, lift the chin, arch the lower back, stretching the belly, then we breathe out, we reverse, round the back. And again, if your wrists are not comfortable, you can put them in this gorilla position, I'll call it. Round and underneath, and then reverse. Stretch that tummy, then round the back. Then I'm going to add on, next time I'm going to take my bottom all the way back to my heels, all the way back and down, Elbows down, lean forward, push back up. Round the back. Bottom down, elbows down, come forward, back up. There's a nice dynamic movement, really moving that spine, warming up that spine. Last one. Round and stay down. Again, reaching forwards. And we take one arm through and stretch it through. And change sides. Okay, another little exercise just for really opening up these shoulders, and then we shall move on. So I'm going to face you so you can see me a bit better. So the idea is nice and simple. We're just going to open up one and down, open up two and down. We're trying not to push the hips out, so try and keep that central, open and back. So like your arms are the arms of a clock and you're opening up. If that's really uncomfortable, you could always come back on the knees. I don't want to hit my radiator, and you could open and open that way if you don't want to put the weight onto the hand. I've got my weight back into my legs quite a lot, so I'm more here. So I'm opening. So there's no weight in the wrist. It's really just about opening up the shoulders. You don't want to click the spine. So follow. Lovely. 4 more. And 3. Oops, facing you. And 2. Oh, and 1. Lovely stuff. Just come in. In fact, let's sit cross-legged. Just want to stretch the waist a little bit and do a little bit of a spine twist. So hand down, reach up. Again, this is still stretching out your shoulder and reaching over. Nice stretch all the way down here, keeping your bottom on the floor. Let's change sides, reaching up. Reach, 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 reach. Oh, lovely feeling, all stretching around that hip. Lovely. Okay, so before we take it to the floor, I'm going to do a spine twist. So legs out, knees bent if you can't get your legs straight, and just so you can see me sideways, but you don't want to be here. So if you need to sit on a few pillows so you can be upright, shoulders over hips, and with this little neutral spines, you've got a little arch in the back. Again, using a pillow if you need to, or having your legs here. But we're going to do the saw, which is reaching and twisting and reaching forward. So the arms are here, we're up nice and tall, shoulders are over hips. We twist and we take our hand as if it's a saw, and you saw towards your foot. Come up. So one full arm is going forward, one is taking it back. Saw forward, knee down to the nose to knee. Can you start to saw towards your little toe? So breathing in, breathing out. You can almost look behind you a little bit. So you're here, I'm just going to look at this back hand, look down. Lovely, so we rotate the spine, and then lengthen the legs. Lovely, once more each side. Breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in, breathing out. Lovely stuff. I'm going to swing my legs round. A little bit of work for the hips and for the tummy. So we've got our knees here. Hip width apart, about a fist, maybe a fist and a half, probably about a fist. Pulling up tall, breathe out. All this is still, it's the tummy, it's like you've been rounding this part of the body. Breathing in, breathe out. Breathe in, can we take the arms off? Breathe out. One thing that does help, let the legs drop when you come up. Squeeze the knees together on the way down. So feet and knees we can have together. Forward. Breathe in. And again, work at your level. You might not get this far or reach this far, it doesn't matter. Can you take the arms up? So again, if you want to have your hands on your knees, you can, if that helps. Or if you can, arms up. Again, you should feel more open in the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Start taking it a little bit lower down. Breathe out. You can do a few more, and we're going to go straight into the 100. Ready? Here, hand, lift. Let's take a foot down actually, sorry, a bit ambitious. Breathe in, and out. You can have your feet down if you want. And out. Relaxing this, tummy in, and out. And in. And out. And in. And out. If you want to switch legs or lift both, now. And out. Pull the tummy in. And out. And in. And out. We can straighten. And rotate. And lower. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Last time in. Last time out. Right knee in, roll down. Pulling your knee in, lengthening the arm away. Lovely. Take the knee over you slightly towards your belly button, just stretching this hip a little bit. Lovely. Let's change sides. Bring the left knee in. Really lengthen this leg away. So we're going to do some shoulder exercises but combined with abdominal ones now, and a bit of coordination for the head. Bring the knee across slightly. Make sure I've got room. So we're going to start low and add on. Okay, so we're starting off with the feet. I'm just slightly angled so I don't hit the telly. So it's called a soldier. So just start with floating one arm up and down and the other arm up and down. So when we're lifting the arm, we want to not let the body lift. Body stays down. So think of your ribs staying into the floor, but you've got a gap under your back. Neck has got to be long, chin is down. If you need a cushion just to help with this neck position, but the arms go back. And it's all in the shoulders. So if you don't touch the floor, or if one arm is there and the other one isn't, that's fine. See how that feels. And then what we start to do is move the legs as well. So it's opposite arm to leg. So if I take my right arm back, I take my left leg forwards and come back. And as I switch, other side, lovely. The idea is all this stays still. Can't talk and do this at the same time. That's it. So the body's staying still. It's just your arms and legs moving. So if we want to add on, we can take the leg, so it's not sliding along the floor, but it's lengthening away. And you can always bring your arms back to this position now, so we're not quite crisscrossing. So lengthen the legs away, back to centre. Lengthen the leg away, it's opposite arm to leg, back to centre. See how your tummy feels. It shouldn't be moving, shouldn't be pressing your back into the floor. Lovely. So coming back to centre, so slightly change. So what I want to do is lift the left knee and take the right arm back and lower. So as you're starting to lift the leg, your body wants to move. So your back wants to press into the floor, all sorts of things want to happen. The idea is we try and keep it really still. So lift and lift. Again, it's your opposite arm to leg, lovely. So this is a base move, we can stay with this, or if you feel comfortable lifting both legs, you've got no lower back pain. Now pull the abs in a little bit, press that back into the floor. Can we lift one leg? Can we lift two? If you need them in a bit, you can. Just try. You're supposed to work in neutral with the gap, but I think it's, if you're not strong, it's a bit dangerous, so it's best to pull them back in the floor anyway. Both arms, both legs. Now opposite and back. So again, we've built up, you can start at the base level, but the main things are is your head is not moving, your neck is long, your body isn't moving, it's just your arms and your legs. And it's also really warming up those shoulders, really using the lower abdominals. We'll do a few more, then I'm going to add on some quite tough abdominals. Using the breath. One more. Lovely. Can we do 2 arms, 2 legs? So arms come round to here. So your arms just go up here, so they don't go all the way down. Just lengthen, and you're not taking your legs to the floor, take them to the corners of the ceiling, so where your coving is. What I'd like to do is add on the head. Can we lift the head and shoulders? If you've got neck pain, stay on the floor. It's like you're taking off a hat. You lengthen, come back. Head and shoulders don't move, just these arms and legs. So we're not lifting and lowering, we're lengthening and crunch. Lengthen, bring those knees in. As you're bringing them in, you can almost think of a little tuck. So they're sort of working those lower abs a bit more. Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last one. Lovely. Hold your right leg, let the left leg down. Let's start on the floor. So I just want this left leg that's on the floor to come up to meet the other one and down. If your legs are in this position, that's absolutely fine, you're tapping down. If you can get the legs straight, you can have your hands on the floor. But what I'd like to do is hold this right leg. Can we lift our upper body up? We can hang on to the leg, just lift in another 4. Back in the floor, pull the tummy in tight, try and get these shoulders off. Now I want to, if I can, take one leg off, one arm, hold the leg there, hold, other arm off, squeeze and hold. So you might be here or you could be here. Let's squeeze and hold and reach. Pull the tummy in, squeeze and reach. One more breath. Relax. We're going to change sides. Left leg up, right leg on the floor. We're going to lift the right leg up and down. So again, you might find bent legs is easier for you, or your range of motion. I'm going to start to think about holding this left leg. Again, stay on the floor if you've got bad neck. But if you can, let's lift up. You're looking straight through. You're not here. That's stress on the neck. Keep your head here. Try and get the shoulders off. Use that arms to pull you up. Can we take off an arm? Can we take off another arm? Can we hold? Lifting up, reaching forwards, lengthening the legs, pull the tummy in. 2 more. Last one. Ooh, well done. Little roll around. Change direction. So have a full body stretch just to release those tummy muscles. So we're going to do some bridge work because we've been bringing the legs in and now we want to do the opposite and stretch these bits. So having your feet, again, about a knuckle and a bit apart. Have them closest to your bottom so you don't get cramp in the legs. Lengthen the neck, shoulders down, reach. And we've got your neutral spine, you've got your gap. So let's focus on that for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. On the out breath, pull the abdominals in. Try to loosen here, so feel here with your hands. This should be loose, you don't want to be tucked under where all this is tight. Let the legs relax, pull the tummy in. Pull the tummy in more on the out breath. Squeeze the pelvic floor, it runs all the way down and underneath and round. Breathe in, breathe out, squeeze. So now on the next out breath, squeeze and start to flatten the back in the floor, but don't press on your feet. So imagine you're trying to lift your feet off. So it's all the belly that's doing the work, like you've got a really heavy spine that is pushing down. Let's lift, breathe in, breathe out, push the back in, peel off, lift, keep that last rib down. So we're squeezing here, lengthen the neck. Everything is relaxed here, roll down. Try to squeeze the bottom and that will stop the backs of the legs hurting so much. And again, breathe in, breathe out, lift. Lovely. I'm going to add some arms to this. Let's have, I'll do it with you. Right, breathe in, breathe out, lift up. Breathe in, arms up and over. Keep the arms where you can, roll down. Breathe in, arms come back. Breathe out. Start again. So we breathe in. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, arms. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, arms. Back to neutral. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll up. Squeeze the bottom. Keep the knees going straight up to the ceiling. So you want the balls of your feet, arms back. Peel yourself down like a string of pearls. And release. Lovely. Hands back down. Let's lift the feet off the floor so your heels are on the floor but your feet are flexed. Curling up. Can we do a bridge walk with our feet like this? If not, have your feet flat on the floor. So you're just walking, trying to keep this stable. Squeeze the bottom. If you want a challenge, you could take an arm off. You could do double arms. Again, see how that feels? Quite a wobbly one. Few more here. Squeeze that bottom, squeeze the tummy, lengthen the neck, relax the shoulders. 2 more walks, well done. One more. Arms down, feet down, roll down. Bring those knees into the chest, have a hug. I want to do a hamstring stretch while we're here. So we can grab our bands. So feet on the floor, band around one foot. Just loosely, let's circle the foot a second, circle the ankle. And then let's get that foot flexed and lengthen it, even if it's far away. The back is in neutral, you don't want to press your back in the floor, otherwise that's going to curve the back and help that leg come right up. Relax the neck and shoulders, neck is long. Breathe in, breathe out. You're pushing your heel up to the ceiling. On the out breath, ease in slightly. Breathe in, release it. Breathe out, ease it in. Let the band or the tea towel or the skipping rope take the tension. Breathe in, breathe out, ease it in. Holding it there. Find it hard to flex, use the band on the foot to pull it down, just be gentle. Let's take that foot diagonally across the body, feeling this IT band stretch. Nice deep breath. Lovely. Whilst we're here, release, let's cross that onto that knee, let's pick everything up, squeeze it in. Lovely, let's put that down, hands down, let's just let those legs fall over one way just for a little quick release. Looking the other way if the neck's happy with that. And come back, take the knees the other way, keeping that foot on the knee. Tummy, come back to centre, feet on the floor, let's change sides, so band around the left foot or the other one you're working, lengthen it away. Let's have a little circle of the ankle and then relax. Using, lengthen that leg first, lengthen the neck and shoulders, spine in neutral. Breathe in, as we ease out, bring it in a bit more, breathe in, release. Breathe out, ease it in. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, ease it in. Let's hold again, making sure you're not pressing your back into the floor. Lovely. Taking the leg diagonally across slightly, feeling that stretch. And then we release the band. Foot on the ankle, pick the legs up, bring them in, feeling that stretch in that left hip. And then foot down, hands down. Let's take the legs over to the right. Keeping the shoulders down. Can we look to the left? Back to centre, squeeze the tummy, lift those knees very gently, and let's go to the other side. And then looking the opposite way if your neck is comfortable. And gently come back to centre, squeeze that tummy, good, release, lovely. So I want to roll over onto our tummies, and again I want to try and stretch these shoulders a little bit. So we're going to have the band behind us like we did when we were standing up. So, same thing, just let the feet relax to the corners of the mat. I'm going to have the band behind me. And I want to have it so that my hands are close together and I'm pulling the band apart. Squeeze the tummy in, shoulders back, and just lift up slightly and push back with that band. Stay there, and sort of use it. Oh, squeezing back. Few more seconds, squeeze. And release, lovely. Pushing back and round into child pose. Lovely. Then I want to do another bit of stretching for the shoulders. So you can do this probably cross-legged, but I'll show you. You might want to stand on the knees if you feel you haven't got enough space behind you. I'm going to just turn around to show you what I'm doing, but I'm basically going to have the band in my hand and do this, and then with my other hand I'm going to grab it and I'm trying to reach, so this hand here, climb up and pull down. So you're feeling the stretch more in the arm that's behind you than you are in the one that's above you. And it's just, the bands really help. You should be able to get the hands together, but that takes a lot of time. Again, you might find that easier sitting cross-legged, but sometimes it's, you might find that tough on the back, so whatever works for you, but just stretch this arm. You're really feeling it in this shoulder. Lovely, a few more breaths here. Ooh, I can feel that one. Let's release. Whoa. So same thing, I'm going to do the other arm. So I'm going to take the band up in this hand, just drop it down the back and find it with this arm, and then just slowly inchworm your way down, pulling down, and this one is pulling up. So we're getting a nice stretch in that shoulder. And just take note which side is looser than the other. One side you think, oh, I can do that more, or one side might hurt a bit more. Just see how that feels. Usually you're always going to have one more flexible than the other. My right, if you're right-handed, probably more this right arm when it's round the back is going to be easier. A few more. Oh, lovely. Let's very slowly release. Oh. Okay. I would like to do very quick stretch out for the legs in front. So let's take them out in front. So if you can with straight legs, wonderful. If you need to bend and slightly, you can. Now I find if I sort of grab my bum and pull it up underneath, it sort of helps lift me up a little bit. And we're just, I'm going to use the band. You can put that band around your feet. And at the moment we're pulling up tall, so use the band to help pull you up tall. Even if your knees are bent, we want to focus on the back sitting up tall. So you can use your band, and you might find you could straighten one leg, maybe release, straighten the other. See how that feels, maybe both, maybe not. But what I want to do is lean forwards. So I'm not rounding the back, I'm leaning forwards. So I'm really lengthening from the top of my head to my tailbone. So like I'm in a down dog, but I'm sat up. That makes sense? Without the arms. So I'm not rounding the back yet. So if I just chuck myself sideways, you'll see what I mean. So I'm trying to fold in half. And then relax and round. Forehead to the knee, and you're really rounding now, so you're feeling slightly different stretch. Still probably going to fit in these legs. Really tuck that chin in and feel the stretch running down the back. Again, if you need a bit of bend in those knees. Lovely. And release. So I'm just going to tuck one leg in, my right heel into my thigh, and then I'm going to use this to push myself round to the back. Lifting up tall, this back arm, I want to reach it up, 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 up. Looking into my elbow, so I'm getting the stretch all down here. It's very much a reaching up to the corners than it is trying to reach over. As long as you're getting a nice stretch. And again, these shoulders should feel loose, getting them right up by those ears. Then I'm going to rotate the body and face down towards that leg now. Again, you can use your strap if you're finding it hard, or just relax your hands wherever they naturally go. Let's come up, let's take this leg over the top, pull your leg in towards you and just turn towards the leg. Hand can come down, lengthen up, just let the neck follow. So if you've got your right leg over, you're twisting the same way as the leg to the right. Mirror me. Let's get our relaxation song ready. Just a little bit more lengthening again, feel this shoulder pushing back. And then gently come back, taking the legs out in front. Let's ease this leg in. Again, this hand, use it to get some rotation, looking the other way. This hand to the back, pulling up tall. And then take this back arm up and reach up, 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 up. Looking into the eye of your elbow, getting that stretch all the way down the back of the body, down that sort of left-hand side, the same as the arm. Breathing into it, relaxing into it. Try and create space, letting those hips relax, let bits relax. You can just go a bit further. And then we're going to rotate the chest so we can lean down towards the leg. Let's come up, let's cross that leg over. And again, the leg you've got, just pull into it and then twist away from it. So twisting the same leg. So right, left leg, twist to your left, hand down, lift up, it's only fingertips, lengthen and look behind. Trying to keep your shoulders over your hips so you're not leaning back. Lovely, good stuff, release. So let's get ourselves into a nice position on the floor. We're going to do some stretches lying down, release the back, and then going to just have a little bit of chilling out. Okay. So just a few little stretches, few little releases, hands down. Let's keep the feet and knees together, just let them sway side to side really gently. legs go over to the right hand side, just gently, however they fall, trying to keep your shoulders down and looking the other way if you can. Squeeze the tummy, bring those knees into centre gently and let them fall the other way. And looking the other way as well. And then squeeze, let's come back to centre. Very similar stretch, just a little bit more intense on that lower back. So if you've got back issues, stay where you are. If you're happy, bring the knees into the chest. Same thing, knees together, hands aside. Now let your knees go down towards your elbows. It's a much bigger twist. Trying to keep this shoulder down and looking over to the other way. Now this leg you've got on top, whatever one it is, can you straighten it slightly and try and take the foot to the floor? So just enhancing that stretch slightly. And then let's just let the legs sort of lengthen out and then come round rather than trying to pull them over. So back to centre, nice and centred, knees in. Arms to the side, let those knees gently come right down towards that elbow, so you get a really big stretch. You can have your hand on there if you want, looking the other way. Then this top leg, can we straighten it? And just take it to the floor, it doesn't have to be straight, just increases your stretch a little bit. Lovely, and then let's just sort of let our legs melt away, full body stretch. Feeling those shoulders stretch, the tummy stretch, and then let's come into a position of relaxation. So you might find it's your feet just apart, your hands apart, you could be receiving or you could be giving, depending if your hands are up or down. You can close the eyes and just start to let your body soften as you breathe. If your back feels more comfortable, have your legs with your feet on the floor or maybe pop a pillow under your knees, just relaxing, whatever is comfortable for you. Let's scrunch up those toes, feel a bit of tension, take a breath in, breathe out, let those toes relax as if the tension has just left those feet. Then flex the feet, so tension in the fronts and the backs of the ankles. Breathe in and on the out breath, that tension is leaving the ankles. Then feel tension around the calves and the knees and the thighs and the bottom. Breathing in, breathing out. Everything leaves, all the tension leaves the body. Into the tummy, the pelvic floor, up into the shoulders, shrug them up, breathing in. And then every bit of tension leaves the trunk of the body. From the shoulders to the fingertips, feeling tension, breathing in. Breathe out, all the tension has left the arms and the shoulders. Making a fist with those hands, scrunching that up, breathing in, feeling tension, breathing out, shake those hands, shake that tension away. Then into the face, closing the jaw tightly, the eyes, breathing in, breathe out. Let's go head to toes, squeezing everything, tension runs through that body, breathing in. Breathe out, shake those hands, shake those feet, shake it all out and just start to relax. Every out breath, your body's just sinking into the floor. Let's just take our fingertips and just place them on the top of our chest, just under our shoulders, just where our rib cage is starting, and just sense the breath as you're breathing in and out. Just sensing your hands rise and fall. Every breath is just relaxing you more. And then take your hands onto your rib cage. Again, sensing the breath in and out. The breath giving the body life and energy. And then taking your hands down onto your tummy and still sensing that breath when you're breathing in. Feeling the life, breathing out. And then just relax your hands and just spend a moment here for you. Still keeping nice and relaxed, nice and still. Let's just start to bring some sense of awareness back to the body. We could start by just rolling the tongue round in the mouth. Rolling your eyes round. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. We could circle the wrists, circle the ankles. And then let's take a nice full, gentle stretch, taking those arms up above the head. And then gently come into a little lifting the knees. Really nice little hug for yourself. Rocking from side to side. We could gently open the eyes just a little bit at a time, letting that light in slowly. We could circle the knees, so we're massaging that lower back. We can open the knees and just have a little circle. And then gently rock side to side again. Then we're going to roll over to our right hand side. Let's just come into a little child pose to finish. And this time I'm going to take the hands behind me, have my forehead on the floor, and just let your shoulders just totally relax. And then slowly lift the shoulders, hands on the floor. Just giving the feet a little stretch. Let's tuck those toes under, just a gentle push back, just feeling them have a lovely stretch. And then gently push back onto the balls of the feet, again just feeling the backs of those ankles stretch out a little bit. And then gently heels down. Start to straighten the legs. Try and keep the chest towards the knees, hanging down. Gently shake the head like you're saying no. And then nod gently, like you're saying yeah. And then slowly, nice and floppy, nice and loose, squeeze the tummy in and very, very slowly uncurl. And we're letting that body start to lengthen, the spine stack back on top, each vertebra, shoulders, then head. Ooh. And we'll take a few breaths and you should feel lovely and stretched and lengthened in those shoulders. Breathing in, reach up. And breathe out. Breathing in. And release. One more. Little reach. Grab that wrist. Stretch. And again, reach the other one. Reach. And then one hand. Give yourself a clap. Thank you very much. If you want to speak